Welcome to summer, the time to express yourself, the time to blossom. It's exactly like it is outside. It can be quite hot, and it's when you get to shine, basically shine brightly. And depending on what is going on for you and what areas of your life you're concentrating on at the moment, whether it is your work or your dharma, or whether it's in your family life, or maybe it's around your hobbies and interests or a new project that you've got. This is the time to bring it to fruition. You've sown the seeds. You can now get out and express and talk about it. You can say yes to the social occasions. It's when your energy is at the highest, right? It's when it's the same as when the sun is at the highest in the day, or when it's the same as the day and night cycle when the sun is at the highest, and also the season of summer. The other side of that, and I think we all have it, we know this, right? Like, we know this energy. This energy is easy, right? If anything, it's more about how do we not burn ourselves out at this stage? How do we not say yes to too much, and maybe say yes to the wrong things? Actually, it could be potentially putting ourselves out there too much, or not really communicating what we really want to communicate. So there's a couple of things in summer that I always guide and share with women, and it's these couple of things. We haven't always had an easy time to be able to express ourselves, and there's loads of reasons for that. There's ancestral reasons for it. There's cultural reasons for it. And so if you find that sometimes that the words get stuck here, you can't quite express yourself, then it's really important to enjoy the energy of summer, but find moments to connect back to yourself. Find moments to really discern and choose what it is you want to say, and say it in the right way. And one way of doing that, and it's what we do on all the work that I do with women, because it makes such a big difference in my life, is because I study Ayurveda, is Abhyanga, which is oil self-massage, and it is so beautiful. And if you really want to get to know yourself, if you really want to get to connect yourself, it's self-massage, and it's all over self-massage, and getting to know your body, and nourishing her, and helping her to feel safe, and getting to know yourself. And once we know and accept ourselves, once you know and accept yourself, you can express what it is you need to express. You can voice, you can dream, you can shine. That's a huge part of summer. And sometimes that we're so busy in external energy all the time, that when it comes around, we almost miss that opportunity of standing in our true power, because this is when we're in our core strength, our true power, not like power over that we see in a lot of places in the external world, but true power, your inner power of knowing who you are and what it is you want to say, and what it is you want to express, and what's truly you, staying in integrity in you. And that can be the same for your relationships. This is a great time to have conversations that you've been meaning to have for a while, or even meetings, right? But it's a good conversation. It's a good time to have conversations that at other times of the month, let's say when we're coming up to autumn and we're pre-menstruum, is not a good time to be having it. But here, it can be said with more compassion and with more groundedness, while also feeling in your power, right? And this is why it's so important to, by the time that we get to summer, that we have enough rhythm in our life, like we have practices, and that you have rituals that you can recognize this peak in energy and flow with it, right? It's a wonderful time, and it's also a time where we can overextend ourselves and say too much. So it's a spanda, right? Like spandex comes from the word spanda. So it's like stretching it, it's like expanding and then contracting. And we don't want to like expand ourselves so much that we end up like exhausted, and we want to be speaking our truth and having fun, like having fun as well. It's a really wonderful time, and as many women actually find this a challenging time, as many women love it. Each of us is unique. You're unique. It'll be interesting to see I'd love to hear what you think. I really would love to hear how you feel usually in summer. Okay, that's all for now. I shall see you in autumn, and enjoy exploring and pointing your awareness to what came up there and what normally happens to you in summer.